Hey everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of AJ's Ranking Again. This is episode 12. Yes, this series comes at you weekly on a Monday evening at 6 p.m. Today I'm going to be ranking the Three Flavours Cornetto Trilogy. Okay, so the Three Flavours Cornetto Trilogy, or the Cornetto Trilogy, otherwise known, is made up of three movies from 2004 to 2013. The first film in the series is Shaun of the Dead, the second film Hot Fuzz, and the third film is The World's End. Yes, now obviously these all star Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and are made by Edgar Wright. He's the director of these films. So I'm going to rank you these movies from worst to best. I shouldn't even say that, from worst to best. That's the completely wrong terminology, because all three of them are fantastic. So from, I don't even want to say from least favourite to favourite. I suppose it will have to be the way that I word them, but I love all three of them. Now, before I begin, please consider hitting the subscribe button and supporting the channel in that manner. Maybe give me a thumbs up at the end of the video. Leave me a comment. I will get back to you. I do get back to all comments. And hit the notification bell if you want to keep apprised of my upcoming ranking videos, my collectible corners, reviews, unboxings, openings, wealth of stuff. Yes. So we're going to begin with this ranking. But before I actually get into the ranking, I want to give an honourable mention to a TV series called Spaced. This is where it all began. Spaced is a TV series that was done by Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, from the year 1999. It had 2 seasons. It is about Simon Pegg, who gets kicked out of his girlfriend's house at the same time as this girl gets splits up with her boyfriend. They both have to find somewhere to live, and ultimately they meet each other and they come together and pretend to be a couple to rent a flat within this house. Who this landlady wants a professional couple, and they pretend to be that. Nick Frost plays Simon Pegg's best friend, who's like a weekend warrior, territorial army type, gun nut, that sort. The program is very self-aware. It delves into pop culture. It has Star Wars references, Star Trek, Babylon 5, zombie references. This gave the birth of Shaun of the Dead. There is an episode with a flash of a zombie in it. It's a very, very funny series. And if you haven't seen it, you should go and see it, because if you like these three films, the Cornetto Trilogy, Spaced is exactly the same. It's just the TV version of these. As in, what I mean is that you've got the same humour, the same sort of character humour. You've got the same quick editing that Edgar Wright is known for, and the same writing. It's exactly the same team that made these films, that made this TV series, and it is fantastic. It deserves to be watched. So if you haven't seen Spaced, go ahead and see it. You won't be disappointed. If you have seen it, give it a rewatch. I'm watching it all the time. So let's get into this this ranking. Yes. So where do we begin? Okay. So in my third place, I'm going to have to put The World's End from 2013. We got it released here in the UK on the 19th of July of that year. It's a fantastic film. It pays homage to alien invasion movies of the 1950s, primarily sort of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This sort of a film. It involves Simon Pegg's character, who it doesn't want to let go of his younger life, of his youth. He's trapped in this how he was like 20 years prior, and he wants to relive a pub crawl that him and his friends attempted to do at a younger age. So they go back to the town where they grew up. They all come back together, and they head out on this pub crawl, only to learn along their way that the town's actually been overtaken by these sort of robotic alien creatures that are body swapping people out and this sort of thing. It's a very good film. It's a very mature film. It's the most mature film of the three, in that some of the themes that it delves into in the latter part of it are more mature. It delves into growing up and not wanting to grow up. It delves into mental health issues, this sort of thing. But it's a very, very funny film. It's got a great turn from other actors within the film. Pierce Brosnan pops up, and you've got characters from the other films, or actors from the other films popping up in these films. All the way through, you get this sort of a thing. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. I think this is probably the least favourite of most people's. It's difficult for me because this one hasn't got the energy of the others so much. What lets it down for me is a sort of Groundhog Day approach, in that they go from pub to pub to pub to pub. So it's difficult to feel that the narrative is moving on, because you're just jumping from one location to another, which are essentially the same, so to speak. All right, they're different pubs and different things go on, and there's a lot of hidden in jokes, which is fantastic. But that which people are probably thinking on to now, that each pub has, with the name and all that. And I understand, I get all that. But what I'm saying is that narrative storytelling, where you're just going from one to another to another to another, there's a familiarity. Second pub's called The Old Familiar. And there's a familiarity to each scene in that, and it just makes the narrative harder to follow, to swallow and follow as it goes along. But nevertheless, fantastic film, very funny, and that is my third spot. Now, moving into second place, and this was quite difficult. 9th of April 2004, the first film, Shaun of the Dead. Now, I know that this is going to be a lot of people's first spot, and again, it's a fantastic film. This is obviously the film that I don't want to say mocks, but this is a film based around the zombie genre of filmmaking, and again, it follows Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as flatmates, and my lights are flashing, I don't know why. They're flatmates, and a zombie apocalypse starts, and they get caught up in it, and Simon Pegg has to go to his girlfriend's house to try and save her, and they end up in a pub, and yeah, you know the story. Again, a very fantastic film. It sort of came out of nowhere and surprised everyone, and it's very humorous, very funny. There's not much more I can say about it. Obviously, the whole beginning of the film the whole film is laid out at the very beginning in a conversation, and yeah, very good, very enjoyable. See, I can't really say much about the editing to the films or anything, because they're all very similar, all done in the same vein, because it's all the same people making these movies. So yeah, very good, very good. So that was my second spot. Now, dropping down into spot number one is Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. Again, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright. This is the one that takes the mick out of the genre of police buddy cop films. Yes, this is the one where Simon Pegg is a Metropolitan Police officer in London. He's too good for everyone else. He's making everyone look bad. So they decide to send him away to Sandford, up in the country, in a town that has no crime whatsoever. Yes. So when he gets there, he meets Nick Frost, who becomes his partner, who's a new police officer. And it turns out that there is this plot, this group of people that have got together to rid Sandford of any crime, and what they actually do is they kill people, anyone that messes with their tranquil, ideal idea of a town. It's a fantastic film, a lot of fun, very funny, some great standout moments in it. Timothy Dalton stars as the primary villain of the film, and he is fantastic. He's a lot of fun in this film, great comedic timing. very good. Yeah, there's nothing more I can really say about this film. It's just brilliant. It's superb. If anything, it might be on a little bit long side, but other than that, it's a brilliant time. All three of these films are very, very good. Okay, so that flashing behind me, you can see of them lights, actually isn't happening. It's to do with the shutter speed of this video, of however this iPhone is recording, is causing those to flash. Because they're not flashing when I actually look at them. When I'm turned around facing them, I've sat here for a few minutes, they don't flash. It's to do with the shutter speed, because I'm recording on a different phone at the moment. So that won't be happening anymore. That will be going back to my other phone. So, yeah, so 3 films, fantastic. All 3 of them very, very good standout films. I can't knock them really. I enjoy all 3 of them. I revisit them very often. I think they're fantastic, entertaining movies. But anyway, so that's it. Those are my 3. That's my ranking. World's End in 3rd spot. 2nd spot, Shaun of the Dead. Number 1 spot, Hot Fuzz. My opinion only, because all opinions differ. So get in the comments, let me know what your favourite one is. Also, if there's a series you'd like me to have a look at and rank, let me know. I've taken a quick option on this week's one because I chose a small series to do because I'm a bit behind and a bit delayed in recording this video. I did want to get one out, and obviously this ranking would have come up at some point. Now is the optimal time because it was short and it was easy. So yeah, I've been pretty lazy with this one. So anyway, at least I'm honest. Anyway, this is AJ. Make sure you come back next week, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, all that, and join me on my next episode of AJ's Collectible Corner. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.